Very good. That was actually surprisingly good pronunciation.
I'm assimilating.
So, well, you know, I do also live in a family. We're 4 kids also. And all of us are loved, but only one of us was planned. Because I do have 3 older brothers, and my parents were like, statistically, this time, please, let it be a girl. And you know, it was that time when ultrasound just started, and they looked at the screen, and I had the cord all the time between my legs, and they were like, yeah, it's gonna be another boy. And my mom was disappointed. And yeah, so there it comes, you know, the time when I was born, and gynecologist is like, hey, there's the head of the boy and the shoulders of the boy, and turns me around and is like, oh my God, it's a girl. And my parents were like, wow, we're gonna name her g.HEALED. And let's put a T at the end. Now that wasn't a spelling choice, that was a spell. So, you know, picture me, 15, I'm in the club, you know, cute guy comes up, he's like, hey, what's your name? And I'm like, g.HEALED. And he's like, Gerhard? I'm like, no, g.HEALED. And he's like, what kind of bar is this? I'm like, by that time I knew, you know, this was nothing serious. I was like, you know what? Just kidding. My name is Susie. So, I mean, I am hard-headed, you know, and it's probably genetics, but with 16, yeah, I was an AFS student. I went to the US and I was convinced that I could make every American, you know, make my name pronounced in the correct way. They proved me wrong, of course, repeatedly. And my host mom, I mean, she was terrified, you know. She was like, Gar. I was like, no. Gar? She's absolutely not. She was like, next day, I heard her cry in the bedroom, you know, and then she was like, yoo-hoo! Breakfast is ready, honey! So it's like, at that time, I knew I'm gonna have to let go of this and, you know, just kind of go with the flow, because I really didn't have any friends by then, you know. I was like, you know what, just leave this behind, the whole name issue. And I was in high school, right, and it was like all the cool kids, and somebody was like, I was like, yeah. Absolutely, that's me. Yeah, I'm from Austria. How are you? So, yes. And my host grandma, she was rich. She was Bentley rich, but she was also very cheap. You know, she was that kind of person. You know, that box you have for the free, no, for the money you should actually spend for the comedians tonight, by the way. She had a big box, and she would fill it up with free gifts that she would get with all the very expensive cosmetics that she used to buy, you know, Clinique stuff, and she would fill that in that big old box. And then she was at this fancy retirement home, you know, with all the golf carts, that kind of stuff. And she would take the ice cream that she didn't eat, because of course she didn't eat it because she was very skinny, and she would freeze it. And so we were sitting there, you know, munching on the ice crystals from the refrozen and refrozen and refrozen ice cream, you know. And she was like, so, you girls get to choose one gift out of the box, you know. And she would make a big fuss over it a bit, and she was like, yeah. So great, you know, you got this tiny little lipstick from Clinique, you know, with a color you can never use, pink, and she was that thank you note kind of grandma, you know. She would like expect you to really write a thank you note, like very formal. And one time she was in Austria, she came and her present was, you know, when you have in the hotel, like the little fridges with the tiny little wine bottles, and she came and she was all proud and she said, I brought you something. Well, anyhow, so we're sitting there munching on our ice cream, and she's like, so, Garschnaps, how's high school? I'm like, Garschnaps. Okay, that's a new one. So anyhow, you know, teenage boys, ice cream, refrozen, exchange year. I mean, that's my name, but truth is, I don't know any other one with that name, so I'm gonna stand in it.